Mutilate Rogues are also viable in Arena, especially in comps with Priests and Warlocks. You might also see Mutilate Rogues in 5s as well. Additional perks: Stealth to bypass certain scenarios and farm items. Of course, that's something they had in Classic Vanilla as well. And they are a great PvP class and very easy gearing if you are that lucky combat rogue that's in your guild. Let's move on to my favorite class, the Shaman. Now, some changes from Vanilla is that Shaman are now available to the Alliance, just like Paladins are available to the Horde via Draenei. So the Draenei are able to be Shaman in TBC Classic. The most important addition to the Shaman arsenal, in my opinion, is Bloodlust or Heroism, depending on your faction. Bloodlust for the Horde and Heroism for the Alliance. This ability increases ranged, melee, and spellcasting speed by 30% for 40 seconds. This is the most powerful PvE cooldown by far, and every raid will have multiple shaman because of this reason. In TBC, Bloodlust is party-wide, not raid-wide, so you actually give it to your party when you want. So you can synergize this, you can have all 5 parties get it, or you can rotate shaman to give this Bloodlust to the most highest DPS part of your group. And commonly what you'll see is, we had totem twisting in Vanilla WoW, and you'll still have totem twisting in TBC, but now we have what we're called shaman twisting. We're actually moving the shaman from group to group, providing that DPS increase. So again, this is a huge addition to the Shaman's arsenal and makes them probably the most popular class in the game. They also have 2 elemental totems in the form of Earth Elemental Totem and Fire Elemental Totem, and these are shared cooldowns. And there's a 20-minute cooldown, and you can either bring out your Earth Elemental, which can tank for you, yes, your personal tank now with Shamans every 20 minutes, or have your Fire Elemental, which increases your DPS. So you're going to bring out your Fire Elemental maybe in certain situations to do some damage, and your Earth Elemental when you're soloing for some tanking. Totemic Call. Finally, you don't have to worry about leaving totems behind. With one button, you can remove all the totems on the map and bring them back to you and get refunded 25% of your mana. So if you have 4 totems down and you use Totemic Call, one of those totem costs is now free. So very, very good to have. Will limit the chance of wiping because of totems pulling things, and it's just a great housekeeping ability that Shamans get. Another very important addition is Water Shield. This is actually the most popular shield in all PvE situations for any spec. Literally, having it on gives you mana, and there's no mana cost to use it. So as long as the shield is active, you will gain mana back, and if you get hit during that time, you get even more mana. So there's 3 charges, just like Lightning Shield. You get hit, you get X amount of mana, depending on the rank of Water Shield, and just having it on you is an MP5 generator. So this is going to help alleviate mana issues for all Shaman, even Enhancement. Wrath of Air Totem is a totem that all Shaman get, which actually increases the spell damage and healing by 101 of all party members around you. So Resto Shaman and Elemental Shaman will be using this to buff other casters and healers in their group. Very, very important addition to the Shaman arsenal. Now, Shaman, like mages, there are a lot of changes. So we're going to have to go over the enhancement changes, the elemental changes, and the restoration changes. So first, enhancement. Enhancement went from a spec that was highly limited in their damage output, primarily due to their mana. But that's not just the case. Enhancement Shamans are given some excellent buffs that are going to make them needed in a raid encounter for the melee group, and also some abilities that it's going to increase their DPS. The first is Unleash Rage. This causes all critical strikes with melee attacks to increase all of your party's melee attacks by 60% within 20 yards of the shaman. So this is great because what it does is it buffs the other melee in your group. So Enhancement Shaman are going to put in the group with the Warriors, Rogues, and Paladins, the Ret Paladins, to increase their damage. Shamanistic Focus. After landing a melee critical strike, you enter a focus state and reduces the mana cost of your next shock by 60%. So this is a mana saving ability for Enhancement Shaman. So the more crit they have, the more mana efficient their shocks are. And shocks are a really important part of your rotation in TBC Classic because Earthshock doesn't have any additional threats. And again, the debuff rates are much higher, so you can use Flame Shock if you need to for certain situations. Probably the most biggest change is that Enhancement Shamans have the ability to dual wield. Dual wielding is actually the highest DPS output compared to two-handers in TBC Classic, at least for PvE is concerned. So you're going to be using 2 one-handers, both of them with Wind Fury weapon. There is some theory craft that says Wind Fury and Flame Tongue. You can actually put different weapons using each of your weapons, but most scenarios are going to be double Wind Fury. And then finally, Shamanistic Rage, which reduces all damage taken by 30% and gives you successful melee attacks chance to regenerate mana. This is kind of like an evocate for Shaman in PvE situations. If you get low on mana, you pop this and you start gaining mana back as you hit the target. And in PvP situations, this is actually a double-edged sword because you have to pick, do you want the damage reduction or do you want the mana? So it's kind of one of those things where you have to hope that maybe they both kind of synergize so you can stop taking damage and getting mana back at the same time. Elemental Shaman recently have been doing very well in Classic WoW, but classically have been thought of as a meme spec because of their mana situation. So to combat that, Elemental Shaman shamans get Unrelenting Storm, which regenerates mana equal to 10% of your intellect every 5 seconds even when casting. And that's just a passive talent they get. Also, there's changes to how Elemental Focus or clear casting works in Shaman and TBC. Now when you crit, the next 2 spells actually get a reduced mana cost instead of just 1 free cast. So you're actually going to build crit synergy and save mana as Elemental. Lightning Overload gives your Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning a 20% chance to have a second similar spell on the same target at no additional cost. So just spamming Lightning Bolt, every 1 out of 5 Lightning Bolts or Chain Lightning is going to cast another one for free. So you're going to have all these like multiple Lightning Bolts shooting out, and this is a DPS increase as well. Elemental Precision increases the hit with Fire, Frost, and Nature Slip by 6%. So pair that with 3% you get from Nature's Guidance and Restoration, and Totem of Wrath, which gives another 3% hit. You're going to have a lot of hit coming out of the gate as Elemental Shaman, and crit thanks to the crit synergies that's in Elemental and Restoration. So Elemental Shaman are going to be coming before even stepping into a raid with high amounts of hit and high amounts of crit to sustain their mana and to allow them to do DPS. And that allows Elemental Shaman to be very high DPS casters early on in the game. And that leads to Totem of Wrath. This is a party-wide buff that's going to give 3% crit and 3% hit to all casters in your group, which is one of the big reasons why Elemental Shamans are brought into raids, to buff the other casters, especially Warlocks with 3% hit and 3% crit. Finally, we have Restoration, which is the least change of all the Shaman specs. Restoration Shaman get improved Chain Heal, which increases the amount healed by your Chain Heal by 20%. Chain Heal is already an amazing spell. This boosts it by another 20%, and if this works synergistically with Tier 2 3-piece, yes, Tier 2 3-piece may still be beneficial in TBC Classic, so hold on to your Tier 2 if you're playing a Shaman. Nature's Blessing, which is a flat increase of your healing, and then finally Earth Shield, which is a reactive heal. This puts 6 charges of Earth Shield on the target. When they are hit, it releases healing. This is a preemptive healing spell you can put on targets so that when they get hit, they get healed immediately. This is a very unique spell in TBC Classic, and one of the reasons why Resto Shamans are one of the most sought-after healers in the game. As far as a general overview, PvE, Shaman are the most sought-after class in competitive PvE due to their totems and bloodlust, and you're going to see most likely almost in most guilds 5 Shaman brought into the raid, which makes them most likely the most popular class in TBC Classic. Enhancement is an excellent melee buffer in competitive DPS, while Elemental is a caster buffer while also providing competitive DPS, and Restoration is excellent single and multi-target healer that you will see heavily sought after in the game. In PvP, Enhancement, Elemental, Restoration can all perform well in competitive PvP, but with the right comps, right? We talked about Ret Paladin and Resto Shaman. That is a 2's comp that you may see. Not very popular, but you may definitely see it. Also, Enhancement and Restore Druid is another comp that you'll see from time to time. And then Elemental Shaman does really well in 5-mana groups, as can Enhancement. So in 5s, you'll see Elemental to provide Bloodlust and Burst DPS, and Enhancement for the same reason. Additional perks, you have your own personal tank, and in the Earth Elemental totem, you have your personal use Bloodlust when you're soloing, which is great. Pair that with the Earth Elemental, you can take down elites pretty easily. You have 15-minute Hearthstone, and you're an extremely popular class in all PvE settings. Alright, now it's time to move on to the Warlocks, which has the capacity of being the top range DPS, regardless of physical or magical in the game. This is because of a few reasons. In early TBC, you'll see Affliction Warlocks doing a lot of damage. This is primarily because you don't have enough hit to really make destruction work. Because of buffs like Shadow Embrace and Malediction increasing the damage over time portions of the damage, and Unstable Affliction, which is a new dot, Affliction Warlocks are able to put out an insane amount of damage early on in the game. Also, Curse of Elements has been changed. It actually increases Arcane, Fire, Frost, and Shadow damage taken by 10%, so it works synergistically with other classes, especially Fire Mages, Shadow Priests, and Arcane Mages. As far as destruction is concerned, Backlash increases the critical strike chance with spells by additional 3%. Shadow and Flame, your Shadow Bolt and Incinerate spells gain an additional 25% of your bonus spell damage effects. This is why Shadow Bolt spam is the way to go as a Destruction Warlock as soon as you attain enough hit, which is approximately around 10% without Totem of Wrath. As far as Demonology is concerned, Demonology is primarily the PvP tree, but you also see points in Affliction as well. Demonic Resilience and Summon Felguard are new additions to the Demonic tree, as well as Mana Feed. When you gain mana from Drain Mana or Lifetop spells, your pet also gains 33% of the mana you gain, which works synergistically depending on what pet you're using, you use. Finally, Demonic Knowledge increases your spell power by amount equal to 12% of your demon stamina plus intellect. So again, Demonology, the way it works in TBC is this: you have this interesting synergy between your pet and yourself, increasing your survivability in PvP situations. For a general PvE overview of Warlocks, again, they have the capability of being the top DPS class in all raid tiers. Affliction is primarily used in early game and then transitions to Destruction as long as you have enough hit, and if you play Warlock, you will definitely have places in Raid that are very popular PvE pickups.
So as Melderon said, Warlocks are some of the highest DPS in PvE. They are also one of the strongest classes in PvP. And the reason being is the SLSL spec. SLSL stands for Soul Link Siphoned Life. Basically, you go down into the Soul Link talent in the Demonology tree and the Siphoned Life talent into the Affliction tree. With this spec, not only is the Warlock very capable of putting dots on multiple targets, but they're also very tanky and very strong. This spec right here makes Warlocks very sought after in the arena. They are right up there with Druids as one of the best specs to bring into the arena. They can hold off on their own. They pretty much just dot and let the target rot while they stay alive. They have extremely good CC in the form of Fear, but their biggest thing that they bring to the arena is the fact that they can put out a very good amount of damage while also staying alive. One of the biggest things in PvP is staying alive, and Warlocks do that exceptionally well. I think we're going to see Warlocks at the highest echelon of Arena. We're going to see them in 2v2s with Druids, and we're going to see them in 3v3 with Druids and Warriors. Definitely going to see a lot of Warlocks very high up on the ladder in Arena in TDC.
Some of the additional perks of Warlock is that summoning now also works. If the game is in 2.4.3, will work anywhere in the world. So what I mean by that is if you're in a raid and you want to summon someone who's stuck in Gadgetzin or Azeroth, you can summon them right into the raid, and that changed in 2.4.3, which is really nice. And then another perk is that there's just heavily sought after class for both PvE and PvP. Alright, time to talk about the Warriors, guys. I'll start this by saying that there are a ton of Warriors in Vanilla Classic, and Warriors are good in TBC Classic for sure. They're great, they can be great in Arena, and they are the de facto tanks in TBC as they were in Vanilla. But there's not as much room for Warriors as there was in Vanilla Classic. Not much really changes for Warriors. They get Victory Rush, so after you kill a target, you're able to use this ability to do some damage. Blood Frenzy, your Ren and Deep Wounds abilities also increase your physical damage to that target by 4%, which is a nice synergy for arms. You get Endless Rage in the arms tree, which you generate 25% more rage from the damage dealt, which is actually not used in the PvE build for DPS, interestingly enough. Rampage is the 41-point Fury talent, which the Warrior goes into Rampage, increasing attack power by 50 and causing most melee attacks to increase attack power by additional 50. And this is the Fury 41 point, like I said before. Fury is actually not very common early on in TBC. Will become a viable DPS spec as Warriors get more geared later in the game. Just keep that in mind. All Warriors get Commanding Shout, which is a new shout that increases the health of them and their party members. The 41-point talent for Protection is now Devastate, which changes Sunder Armor to a non-damaging spell to a spell that does damage. So not only does it apply the Sunder Armor effect, but it also does damage to the target as well, which increases its potential threat pool and how much threat it can produce. Improved Discipline increases the cooldown of Retaliation, Recklessness, and Shield Wall abilities by 10%. This is a really interesting talent that decreases that 30-minute CD to something a little bit more manageable. Improved Slam, this is actually an old ability, not a new ability, but the tooltip has been changed to decrease the casting time of your Slam ability by 1 second with 2 ranks, whereas in Vanilla it was 0.1 seconds with 5 ranks. So you have to put 5 points in just to get a half-second delay in your Slam cooldown. But now, because of this change, the DPS rotation for arms is actually built around Slam. And as far as tanking is concerned, Protection Warriors get even more VP with improved defensive stance and vitality, decreasing the damage they take and increasing their strength and stamina with each rank of these abilities in the Protection tree. Also, Warriors get Spell Reflect, which, as long as you have a shield on, you can actually raise your shield and deflect the next spell cast on you, and that effect lasts 5 seconds. So, overall, Protection Warriors get tankier, while Arms and Fury Warriors get shifted around a bit, but Arms is still a very, very good both PvE and PvP build. And one of the weird changes with Warriors is that Sweeping Strikes and Death Wish actually switch positions in the talent system. So if you remember back in Vanilla, Sweeping Strikes was an arm talent, while Death Wish was a Fury talent, and they've been switched. So you still have to get both, though, to make the PvE build work. What you're seeing on your screen is the PvE build. So you actually just go to more Strike and Arms. You don't even go down to your 41-point talent as a DPS, just so you can pick up Sweeping Strikes. Sweeping Strikes is, of course, amazing for trash and some boss encounters. General overview for Warriors. At PvE, again, they are the de facto main tank in TBC. They're going to be, most guilds are going to be running a warrior in that position because of their abilities to mitigate damage and deal with situations in boss encounters. Arms is a competitive melee DPS spec, and again, Fury can take over in DPS in later endgame around tier 6 because of the gear itemization and how Fury works. Again, you won't see many warriors in PvE situations in classic TBC, but they will have important positions.
Do you queue that up all the time? Over like Stone Skin, Strength of Earth. It's always Fire Totem, right? Searing Totem is biz.
What
Yeah,
now?
Searing Totem. Yeah, that's what I meant. Oh, baby. There she is. You weren't lying. This thing does slap. Holy smokes. So, the hoarding begins. You know, whenever I hit 60 on my druid, I think I had, was it 3 or 4 swiftness pots? And I never had alchemy, but I think there's another quest that rewards 1 or 2 swiftness pots, and I don't think I ever used one on druid, because once you get cheetah form, I never had a use case for it. I need to keybind the swiftness pot on something that I'm not gonna forget. What about C? Yikes, man. No, maybe let me put it on my F keybinds. How do you guys feel about health potion on F1 through F4? Because I moved my movement keys up a whole row, so I'm not using A and D to strafe. I'm using Q and E now, and my F1 to... I never thought that I could ever press these buttons, but ever since I moved my movement keys up one row, I can press F1 to F4 super easy. What do you guys think about... Oh, that's not it. Putting your healing potions and swiftness pots on F1 to 4. Put mine on F1 to F4.
Peace, friend.
Oh, Lyramar. Yeah, we did do duo druids. It did. It didn't last very long.
What brings you here?
We did. It was a sad time. Let me see what else I can bank. I'm gonna put this here.
That better be good.
Do I still need these minor healing pots? I want to vendor the minor healing pots, but I know I'm gonna need them eventually.
Strength and honor.
Okay,
For
back
the-
to... Let me turn this quest in. Get rid of this item. What's the best ocean spots in my opinion? F1 to F4? Yeah, I think you're right. I agree. Because it's easy. It's not like a shift. It's not a shift keybind button. I guess I'm going to hang on to my...
Goodbye.
Since we're doing Fire Totem quest right now, I should probably hang on to my my Hearthstone cooldown. Let me figure out what I need a vendor. You're supposed to use Strider meat for Strider stew, right? In cooking? I should spend some time on cooking. I should have banked this stuff. I think I might fly to the crossroads and then fly to Ratchet and go do the Fire Totem quest. And go to the bank as well. F1 is great for pots. Okay. Good. Just trying to think of how I'm gonna... In the moment... Oh yeah, F1 to F4 feels good. What? Yikes. Do you use your middle finger for the F1 to F4 row? I really am trying to learn the keybinds, man. I'm trying to get comfortable, but what throws me off is still... I guess because of my previous playstyle, I could run, and then I'd use these 12 buttons on my mouse, right? And I could always auto-run, I could navigate, left to right, forward, backwards, and press buttons at the same time. It's really difficult for me to run forward and also press F1 to F4 at the same time. Middle finger on F1 for F... So what you guys do is you double-click your mouse and run forward, right? Is that how you run? I've also got auto-run on a mouse button as well. Middle finger on F1 for me. Yeah, I mean, F1, it has to be middle finger. But then maybe I should start using the double click for auto run. Show cat? Oh. Hang on, let me see. I don't see him up here.
I love Grace. I actually love Cargos. Awesome. Dude, we're working way too hard on this character. You ready? Which quest is this?
So, the super annoying thing about this cat is my wife. My wife started calling him with that tone, Sam. So that's the only thing he responds to now. So, so that's how you have to call him. Sam. Little black cat. Oh, hi, kitty kitty. Yeah. So whenever I hit 40 plus on my druid, I was terrified. These cats would jump on my desk every once in a while, and I was terrified every time I got on a zeppelin or a boat. I was like, dude, if a cat jumps on my keyboard and hits the W key, I'm gonna be pissed. So I would RP walk every time I got in high places, just in case.
I've been expecting.
That's how I call it. No. Want to buy a secondary cat cam? Yeah, I actually could put a cam up where they normally sit. One of them has a spot, but it's always somewhere a little bit different for them. Alright, what else do I need to make? I can vendor these. I'm gonna use these on my Shift F. Okay, so. Oh, geez. Health potion, don't fail me now. I'm terrified that I'm gonna ruin this. We put bandage on F. Then do all this. Then do this. We're not cooking anything right now. Okay. We go again. Let's get a cat tree and put it behind you. Possibly.
Hey, how you doing?
I'll be honest, I really don't want the cats around me. I try and keep the cats away from my computer as long as possible. I don't know if it's because I'm a clean freak or... I despise cat hair, man. It makes me so mad to think that I've got cat hair just blowing into my computer 24/7. And so I try and keep them away from the computer as much as possible. And I vacuum like every couple days. I'll vacuum the carpet up here in this loft. And hairless cats are a thing. I saw a hairless cat the other day. Where were we? We're walking outside somewhere, and somebody had their cat in like a cat carrier.
What's up?
And it was definitely a hairless cat.
Be good.
I don't know about a hairless cat. It would be nice. There wouldn't be any cat hair, but... You know, they told me you have to lotion. You have to lotion your cats. I don't like the idea of lotioning my cat.
What will you require? Walk with me, Earth Mother. Our time
Yikes, man. That's a big pass for me. Okay, we should have pulled with Flame Shock. Is there anything we can do with totems while we're running? Not really. Maybe a Shift R, but that's just going to ask pull more mobs in the future. I think it's because I sweat. Gray's lotion a cat for 5,000 channel points. I wish I had a hairless cat just so I could do that. One cat for every druid death, so 15. Yeah, so we just moved, and the wife's like, yeah, I kind of want another cat. I'm like, no. No, you know what she's been on recently? So she wanted another cat when we first got here. And then there's a lot of dogs, and we live pretty close to a park. And we've walked outside numerous times now. She's been talking about getting dogs. Oh, Shift A. Thank you, Rainer. She's been talking about dogs. And after she brought it up, like the 4th time in 2 days, I was like, all right. Or the same day, even. I was like, you need to stop the dog talk, because we're not getting a dog right now. It's the last thing we're getting. Cats are cool. And I really don't even want another cat. I could mind a cat, but a dog, it's a whole nother story. I'm not ready for a dog. Have it. It's like a kid, man. I'm not ready to have a kid either. A dog is like having a child. Cats are kind of the same way, but not nearly to the extent that a dog is a part of the family. Just get a smaller dog,
What brings you here?
No way.
Well met.
I enjoy my life. I enjoy my freedom. I enjoy leaving the cats at home all day. Put out some food and water and go do whatever I want. And they don't poop all over the house.
Goodbye.
Dog is a baby? That's part of the reason I don't want. I swear, I feel like having a dog right now is like having a kid. Isn't that why, like, you see a bunch of younger people? You see a bunch of younger people with dogs, and it's literally their child. Do hyenas run in the water? This is actually a really good test. They don't. Fantastic. Fantismo. Yeah, like I see a lot of younger couples or a lot of young people with dogs, and I think it's because they don't want to have kids yet. Like my sister-in-law has a dog, and I swear it's her child. Please don't fall off the path. Oh man, let me get to full health just in case. That would be so frustrating to ruin such a blessed run. It's almost an auto death running up here right now, right? This path always scares me. So on the right side, it looked like I would have died. Does this kill me anywhere else? Man, this is so cool. As somebody that enjoyed exploration, or somebody that played WoW as a kid, I was 9 whenever I first played, and this was my... Like, I used to try and run up mountains that didn't have paths, and so I would do this all the time. So to actually find a path created in the world that you're supposed to get to the top of a mountain on, would this kill me? Yeah, that might kill me. This is really neat, and you don't see many of these. 1 fire tar and 1 reagent pouch.
Going to beer, going to beer, going to beer!
Santa! Hey, Laramir, thank you so much with the tier 1 sub, getting us just a little bit closer to the Reaper. To the Rapia. The Rapier. Yo, thanks for the sub, man. Coming in hot. Yeah, I really do appreciate you guys. Another one. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm trying to learn how to continue to move. I think I'm gonna have to start auto running with my mouse like this.
Going to beer, going to beer, going to beer! Beer! Going to beer, going to beer, going to beer! Beer!
Yeah, the yell gets me every time. Sorry, that was kind of cringe. The yell gets me every single time. Bryden with the 2 gifted subs. Santa. So how close are we? I just want to see how much progress we are on. We'll get there when we get there. It's 24 out of 400. I'm trying to think of a percent. 4 times 4. So 1/16. I don't do percentages well. This is bro science. We're 6% of the way. Is that correct? A guesstimation? We're not exactly 6%, but we're about 6% to our goal. Bryden with the gifted subs, man. 25 gifted subs in the channel. Bryden, I know... with as much gratitude as I could give you. Appreciate you.
I only have 2 right now. Oh,
Thank you.
I don't want to start doing
Bind auto run to mouse wheel. Okay, so I have auto run. I have auto run to the button right behind my mouse wheel. Let me think about this. Shift A, lightning. I'm gonna hit him with a flame shock. Drop a stone skin on the way. Earthbind. Stone claw. String. I got a long ways to go. Well, I was coming over here for something. I don't remember what. Oh, it was a reagent pouch. So I need a reagent pouch, and also, what else did I need?
Shimmering flats or
So I want to get my fire totem right now. And fire tar. Fire tar comes from these guys, right? Uh-oh. Oh! Org under org in the Barrens. How good... You think I could do hidden enemies? Hang on. Seals has UC quest. Think I could do hidden enemies? Or if no one is working on that quest?
Oh, I was doing this quest.
I don't want to be... Do it up? I have to too? Okay, sweet. So somebody else has to do it. Let me get this reagent pouch. Hell yeah, we're doing Ragefire Chasm. I know we shouldn't be grouped up right now. We talked about this on one of the podcasts. I mean, for the sake of just simplicity and keeping everybody... I mean, we're obviously not abusing the group mechanic right now. We're obviously not abusing grouping. So nowhere to be found. If we do hidden enemies, though, yeah, we probably should be in a group. If we're in the same area. But it feels bad to kind of leave and then come back like we're communicating the whole time in this group chat right now. 10% away. Get 14 before the first 16 minutes. Okay. Oh, hang on. Where do I get my reagent pouch in here? I thought this is where you get the reagent pouch, right? Being grouped if you're not in the same area. Yeah, it's further in. Okay. Okay, one of these. I want to drop my stone skin. I dropped my stone skin. Sorry if I'm talking out loud. I'm trying to learn these new binds. I'm gonna let the MP5 tick. These guys are such lower level, almost one shot on the crits. Reapply Rock Biter. We're gonna drop a stone skin. Maybe I should drop Strength of Earth in here. Neophytes don't drop it. One of these mobs do. Here we go. It's the warlocks that drop it. Worry about the grouping. One person even refused to be summoned inside Dead Mines while we had 4 others waiting there. You know, Brad, I mean, you just got to use your best judgment. And I guess the reason why we came out so strict, like with the rules originally, is just to set a precedent, and we don't want anybody abusing the rules or taking advantage of them, so you almost have to like say the rules are this way. But I do remember, what were we doing? I think we did ZF. I did ZF with Tactics, Cheesy Goodness, Brian HC, it was Dark and HC, and then there was one other person.
What can I do?
And Tactics was like, wait, can you accept a summon? And I was like, listen, I will scuff my level 60 hardcore run if this is against the rules and it disqualifies me. But accepting a summon to the dungeon, it's not the end of the world. Like it. So I did. I accepted a summon to ZF. Everybody was waiting on me. I was flying down to Daenerys at the moment, and it just seemed pointless. It seemed like a silly rule. I hate the position that I'm in. Like that. I would like... Here's what I will say. If somebody else would have done it, their run wouldn't have been invalidated because of a summon. And it doesn't mean anything now because... Anyways, I hate the whole political hierarchy system of our hardcore game mode right now. It's also why we're not going to be doing Modcast Weekly. I don't think there's a reason to do Modcast Weekly. I would love to talk about the current state of affairs, and I'd love to maybe have like a weekly update on the community and just like things that have gone on, but I don't like how political it feels right now. I don't like the rule set. So, but I really am excited that we did the modcast the way we did them. We have 4 episodes. We talked about a lot of rules and technicalities, and we'll probably only call future modcasts together whenever we have a lot to talk about or a lot to discuss. Maybe once before tournaments, and you can accept the summon 420% legal in a dungeon group. Yellow flag, just walk. Everyone's got hours to wait. It just doesn't make sense. Oh, from the Quillboars and the Barons. I'm tripping. Okay. I didn't even realize. Let me go start hitting enemies. These guys acted like they didn't mind. +500 rules, right? Yeah, villain, and that's the point. There's no reason to have a bunch of rules. Keep it simple. Did you use Hearthstone? Yeah. No, we want the rules to be as simple and as easy to follow as possible. It makes for the most fun, and it just makes the most sense. I mean, we don't have 382 rules, though. Let's be honest. How many rules do we really have? And we all made a concerted effort. We got together and we talked, and we were like, we should probably like just chill out. The modcast was a great idea, and I think it served its purpose for the right amount of time, and I think we've moved on, and I think it's time to not have weekly modcasts anymore. It just feels, it honestly feels like it's doing more damage than good at this point. But I'm glad that they happened. Because we just started hardcore, we needed to talk about certain rules and some of the rules, the technicalities, and just, it gives the whole community an idea where the headspace is for the rules and the intention behind these rules and in the feel that everybody has. I think that's important. I think everybody understands that 9 times out of 10 we give the benefit of the doubt. It's a solo self-found challenge. We're not here to tell you that your run's invalidated. I mean, please follow the rules to a T. The most damaging thing to our game mode right now, and I include everybody in this, because it's all ours. The most damaging thing that people could do to hardcore is analyze it. It's all about your intent. Analyzing the rules as if you're a lawyer and trying to find a loophole and an exploit. If you start doing that, yeah, you will deteriorate the game mode, and you'll probably be playing it the way it wasn't intended. It's very straightforward. And that's part of the reason why we don't want to have as many modcasts, and there's no reason to monitor it because the rules are there, and we're doing the best we can with just a community-driven event. It's not like we have these rules hard baked into the server, but that requires rules. Right. Okay, where do I start hitting enemies? Oh, it starts up here, right? It starts from Brawl. Yikes, the druid I did VC, SFK, and stocks with just died. Son, you know, I don't feel as bad because it was an Alliance druid. No, that sucks, dude. Damn, Bradley Hank, dude, you've been a part of the channel forever too. I swear, ever since we started hardcore. Oh, that's a familiar name, man. You've been in my channel for a while. That sucks. One rule, no girls. Oh, Gats here from the group. Nice, Gatses. Hell yeah, dude. So let me see. We've got an 18 shaman, 13 warrior, 13 rogue, 15 shaman, and I'm a 14 shaman. We got a stacked group. We gotta chain pull everything, huh, Gats? Nah, I never know how to feel out the group. We'll see how it goes. I like to have fun in these dungeon runs, but I also have to remember that I'm playing with 4 other people who have invested a day or 2 play at this point. Maybe not that much. How much have I? I've only done 7.5 hours, and I spent a lot of, maybe not that much time. Maybe 12 hours max. Think the rules are good as they are? Why try the challenge at all?
Wait, I have to find this. Guy.
Yeah, that's kind of the headspace that we're all in.
Oh shit.
Okay, let me make sure I do this right. Hidden enemies requires me. Do we go right outside right away?
Oh.
Yes, we do. Okay. Somebody else is on this quest. Club and Seals. Where's Clubbin?
Oh, man, I didn't do it right.
He's in Tearsful. Okay. So we're
Salutations!
gonna have to have a little intermission, it looks like.
Daylight's burning.
Dang
That's
it.
alright, we can just grind for a while. Redemption, 4-man BFD with Darken and Jamin on your 60 Druid? Yeah, Brad, that's right. That's right.
Hey, off and away.
Yeah, the sub-emote made a full circle by the time we did BFD. We avenged Thigmeta's death.
Dude, this quest
Can I help
is
you?
so annoying.
Seeing you.
And I even
Yeah,
redo it.
Pleased to meet you.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Shit, we can't redo it. That's good.
Villain, you sound like one of the old heads in here. I've got a different demographic. I've got quite the demographic, I think, whenever it comes to the viewership between young and old. I think naturally there's people that are older than me just because I'm definitely a younger kid whenever it comes to classic WoW. But you sound like one of my more hard-ass viewers. You're duking it out with elitist jerks back in the day.
I've been expecting you.
Yeah, for sure, Raider. How old? I'll be 24 in December. 10 days to 40 dings / flags. Oh man, you're hurting my soul right now, villain. I think I had 9 days played on my druid whenever I hit 60. Oh, that's awesome. This is... It's really cool. So, I honestly think I have more fun streaming. I mean, I'm so fortunate and lucky to be playing Classic WoW and really enjoy this game. For one, I think it's one of the best games to stream. And it's one of the best games to follow. From what I've heard, a lot of other streamers wish that they had a game that it had so much replayability. And WoW definitely has a ton of replayability. And I think I have more fun. I think I have more fun streaming and playing World of Warcraft, and even if I wasn't streaming, just playing with an older crowd, especially with Discord nowadays. Whenever Classic dropped, I honestly, I wasn't streaming, I wasn't making YouTube videos, I was just playing the game, and in my guild, I had so many older people than me. I had a couple people that were my age, a couple people in between. Dude, I was playing with, what was this guy's name? I was playing with the guy had to be, he was 60 years old plus, and he was a warlock. And he was old school, man. He used to always talk about their strategies back in the day in MC. And what did he say? AE. Oh, hang on. Let me put my rock biter on. You gotta AE the mobs. For some reason, he called AoE AE. So, anyways, I think I have more fun playing World of Warcraft than like, oh man, like Fortnite right now. God forbid we play Fortnite. Fortnite's not bad. I mean, Fortnite's pretty cool. Like, jeez. Hear me out. Fortnite's another shooter, and it takes a lot of skill, and I can see the entertainment. But like Fortnite, or what's the game? The racing game where you play soccer? Rocket League. I mean, I just have a bunch of Zoomers talking in my ear, talking shit, right? I feel like this is definitely a better environment. A better environment to be in. What's his name, Voivod? No, man, I can't remember the warlock's name that I raided with. The guy was hysterical, though. I mean, he was old as dirt. You can tell. Fortnite in 30 years. Okay, I've been in here for like 45 minutes before trying to get this hidden image drop. My worst one is 40 minutes. Normally it's 5 to 10 minutes spent. Which still feels kind of a long time. 5 to 10 minutes. Let me make sure nobody's around me while I'm in this group. Our grandparents? I mean, it's not uncommon in WoW though, right? That's what I was getting at. It feels really good doing this quest at level 14 instead of level 10 or level 12 or something. 2,800 mother load runs across my account. Yeah. So what do you guys think about TBC? Check this out. I so badly want to play my druid whenever launch comes out. I want to play my druid. I want to get in arenas right away. How does the arenas are opened right away, right? And I feel like if I miss the first 2 weeks of arena raiding, do I miss like the first season and like the possibility to get gladiator and to get the mount? I know getting gladiator is nothing to laugh at, right? But if I don't play druid right away from launch, am I reducing my chances? Like, am I gonna fall? What I'm trying to say is, am I gonna fall way behind on PvP? I'm not gonna raid right away. Do I need raid gear on my druid in order to be competitive in TBC arenas? What I'm getting at is, I really want to level a Draenei Shaman at launch, like day one, and maybe even put the druid on the back burner for the first 4 to 6 weeks and just play a shaman. Because I'm going to be a druid main for life, but how fun would that be to roll out with a shaman in TBC? So just talking about levelings and like dungeon spam, I want to level a Draenei Shaman in the open world. I don't want to dungeon spam, and then whenever I get to Outlands, I'll have my fair share of dungeon spam. I'm probably going to dungeon spam to 60. Or to 70, whenever we get to the Outlands. I mean, there's only so many quests you can do in the open world, right? Like in each zone. I'll probably do all the quests and then just dungeon spam after I'm done with the zone quests. Seasons last long enough to catch up? Okay. Yeah, how long is a season, I guess, is the question I should have. Okay, no mana. This could get spicy, my mans. Oh, look who it is, cheesy
Can't
goodness.
Wait for the IRL death clip after you eat the Carolina Reaper Kappa.
Yo, cheesy goodness, a fellow member in the Hall of Legends. We've got I mean, we go back and forth all the time in the Hall of Legends tab in the Discord. Dude, good to see you. With the tier 1 sub, 3 months. Cheesy goodness, Brian HC's. Man, somebody who's become a friend of mine over time. It's been really cool, the people that I've met and the friends that I've made in hardcore. I mean, in streaming as well. But in the most recent future, I've played with these guys. I talk with these guys in dungeons. It's been really cool, the connections I've made. In both streaming and playing hardcore. It's been great. Yo, thanks for the sub, man. Yeah, the IRL death, it's gonna be no joke. Oh, I scuffed that with a shot. Okay. I missed my chance to equip lightning shields again. I should be dropping a stone skin every time at the beginning of combat. Still no. Okay, we're gonna heal. Lightning shield, stone skin. That's an earthbind. Earth shock. And good night. I just wish I had.
Honor, friend.
Ooh.
Be careful.
Just wish I had something to drink. Guess that's what the problem with shaman. You go super fast, huh? I should really bind this. The The IRL death clip. Yeah, I'm really excited about the Reaper. Oh, hang on. Let me kill this guy. I do, man. I'm an adrenaline junkie. And I like... I don't know if living in the moment is the right term. I really like... I like getting out of my comfort zone. For whatever reason. Okay. Shift R. Uh-oh. No, I'm supposed to Stoneclaw. Stoneclaw, go! That's a strength of earth. That's an earthbind. Santa. I swear, man, I'm so bad at this game. Oh my gosh! F1! Okay. What am I doing? It's so stupid. I tried to bandage right there and I didn't. I'm so bad at this game. It's just I'm trying to learn. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to learn these new keybinds. It's gonna end up killing me. Wasting all my mana just dropping any and every totem known to man, known to shaman. Jeez. Oh, that's disappointing. What level does this require? Level 4? Doesn't seem right. Go into Wolf? Hey, can you go into Wolf? And it doesn't work like... Let me use this mana defensively. Hey, I've got Rock Biter up. I'm gonna LOS the spellcast. Or not. Nearly scuffed? Yeah. Wolf doesn't work inside? That's so sad. So it is like Entangling Roots. Jeez, man, that was terrifying. You can tell I got a long way to go. There it is. Let's get the heck out of here. I hate this zone. Oh, you guys want to see the other cat? Saw the black cat earlier. Siamese making an appearance on stream. Meow. So, I swear, this cat, oh, he pissed me off one day. He made me so mad. I had a sleepover with my niece and nephew, and he was mad that the kids were around. He kept me up for like 3 hours. I mean, just meowing for no reason.
Have a good one.
And so the next day,
That's huge.
oh man, the next day, because cats have to sleep like 18 hours a day, right? Watch out. This is not an invitation. The next day, he hangs out with me all day, and this was before we moved, so the wife was at work all day. He always hangs out with me during the day, and I'd look over and he'd be sleeping, and I'd just start meowing at him, and he'd look at me all drowsy-eyed and pissed off. So I kept him up all day, and that night he slept. He didn't wake up and play in the middle of the night. He didn't meow in the middle of the night. I think he got the message. Your Siamese is so loud. That's what. Yeah, the Siamese is the worst. He's awful. Oh, there he is, clubbing seals. Best of luck on the medallion. I just picked mine up. We know which one's your favorite? No, I actually really do like the Siamese cat, but I think that the black cat's my favorite. If I had to pick. I mean, cats aren't like your kids, right? Hey, for all my people that have kids out there, do you have a can you
Well met.
can you answer this truthfully? Do you have a favorite kid? I mean, I'm sure you love them all. I think that there's a difference between loving them all equally and having a favorite kid. Yo. That's messed up, man. Of course, everyone does? Yikes. Don't tell the other one, though. I'm not the favorite. Oh, that's so sad. So you're telling me that my parents had a favorite? Was I the favorite? I was the youngest. I feel like I got some love because I was the youngest child. Still not the baby. Yikes. Yo, you hate to see it. So they're my favorite daughter side. Yeah, that's easier, no chance. I guess if you have a boy and a girl, it's easier to not have. You can get boned by the other one being the youngest. Yeah, I definitely got the youngest child benefits in my siblingship. Your kids will know who the favorite is. If you don't know who the favorite is, then you're the oblivious favorite who thinks it's always fair. Yikes. We're going RC, Kermit. Yep. So I was the favorite, apparently. If I didn't know who the favorite was, it sounds like I was the favorite. I was the youngest, so I think I got young kid points.
Well done.
Santa.
Light bless
I rolled Alliance and I'm going through withdrawals. Yeah, cheesy goodness. After those 4 no mages, we were talking about this earlier. What did I compared it to something. Oh yeah, I talked about living in a rich household and like living in a rich household and then living in like a loving household. The Alliance is the rich household, and they've got all the glitz and glamour. They've got the nice cities. They've got Stormwind, Ironforge, the wonderful music, the amazing starting zones, Elwyn Forest, Dunmorrow, the Red Ridge Mountains, Westfall, Duskwood, the list goes on. Everything that glitters and glows is on the Alliance side. And then the Horde, you've got the Barons. You know, not the flashiest homestead. Not the fanciest, not the most expensive. But you hear the drum. You go to the Barons, and you hear the drums. And you hear the chants, and you hear the hoo-haws. And it makes you feel like you're at home. So, Zug Zug. Exactly. Yeah, I was missing the Horde side as well. Alliance didn't feel like home. As much as I enjoyed the Alliance leveling zones, it's like, oh, I'm in Dunmorrow. Now I'm going to, do the first couple quests in Dunmorrow. I get my fill there. I feel like I'm cozying up in a shack in the Rocky Mountains. That felt good. I get to enjoy Elwyn Forest, into Westfall, into Red Ridge Mountains. Duskwood was fun. But none of it was as satisfying as the Barons. Almost got clapped by the Anixia event in the throne room like last. Yeah, Brad. I noticed that on this server. I think it's just because it's like 90% plus Alliance on this server.
What is it?
And they've got the Anixia event happening like non-stop. It seemed like every time I was in Stormwood, it seemed like the dragons were out. Mud Hutters. Yeah, Rinder, you're an Alliance player, right? Hell yeah. And yet you're rolling a drain out. Yeah, hate to see it. So, the benefits of playing Alliance in TBC. For one, you're not a Blood Elf. You love and you hate to see. As much as I love the Blood Elves, and I want a Blood Elf myself. I mean, who doesn't want a Blood Elf? Type a 1 in the chat if you don't want a Blood Elf. I expect to see no ones. Everybody wants a Blood Elf, right? Santa! Yo, calm it down. Everybody wants to play a Blood Elf, right? So nobody wants to play a Blood Elf, huh? Anyways, the point is, I forgot the point. That's a negative. Yeah, as much as everybody wants to play... what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to advance this? Yeah, as much as I want to play on the Horde, and be a Blood Elf like everybody else, as much as I want to be a basic bitch, I'm going to get the benefits of playing on the Alliance. I'm going to have instant queue times for Battlegrounds. Arenas, I thought arenas were cross-faction. It shouldn't affect arenas at all, right? So arenas are going to be instant queues against other people in your faction and the opposing. I think that's how that works, right? I never arenaed back in the day, but... I will say the bad thing is we're playing on Bloodsail Buccaneers and it's predominantly Alliance, so I'm actually not going to be the... I wanted to be the underdog. It's like football. I always love rooting for the underdog. I never like going with, like the New England Patriots. Thank goodness Tom Brady is gone. The Tom Brady era is out of here. We don't have to see it anymore. Tom Brady and what's his name, the head coach? The guy's a beast. He always looks like he's got a frown on his face. He's such a dick. Anyways, but instant queues. I'm looking forward to the instant queues on the Alliance side. And I'm going to play a Draenei Shaman. Okay, so Draenei Shaman or Blood Elf Paladin, which one stands out more? Draenei Shaman.
Welcome to Horde.
I'm looking forward to it.
Come to serve the Horde.
Tom, terrific, I swear. Hey, you know what? Yeah, Nick Saban. Oh, yeah, Nick Saban on the, what was he? Was he Oklahoma? No, Alabama. I knew it was a red team. I hate Alabama. See, that's what I'm talking about, cheesy. I hated Nick Saban. I hated Alabama. I hated the Patriots. And that's part of the reason I'm not playing Horde in TBC. Well, I'm going to have a Tauren. I have to have a Tauren Druid. Never mind. I will play Horde to some extent. Roll Tide, I swear. You're going to do Draenei Shaman too? Hell yeah, Brad. Yes, sir. Yo, is anyone in this community going to play on Bloodsail with us? I know that the hardcore community is going to kind of stick around, and we kind of made a new home on Bloodsail Buccaneers.
Eat something?
Do you guys mind typing a 1 if you're going to play on Bloodsail again? Going into TBC. Is anyone going to stick around? Because I know myself, I'm like 99% sure Cargos is going to be playing. I know half the community is his community right now.
Safe travels.
But I'm pretty positive I'm going to be playing on Bloodsail as well. Not only... So originally I played on Scarum to play with Def Camp, Melderon, Cargos, Navik, Ale, Taladrill, all these people from Classic Live. WoW content creators. We didn't play on Faralina. It's not really our clique, right? So originally I played to play with like my fellow content creators. And I'm really excited now that we're playing hardcore on Bloodsail together. I'm hoping that we're all going to... What's really cool about going into TBC is we're going to be playing as a community rather than content creators. Community is much better. Yo, is Bradley in there? Yeah, dude, we're going Draenei Shaman, baby.
Where is my
1.5?
cleanse?
I'm debating it. Fair enough.
Where is my cleanse?
Night Elf Druid main.
I don't know how to play my fucking class.
So not only do the Night Elves not have War Stomp, it's a Night Elf. I think I can have a Draenei Shaman and a Tauren Druid, right? Be happy.
Get me out of here. I don't know where my fucking cleanse is. There it is.
It's gonna be a good time. Yo, who's excited about TBC? If you've got the TBC itch, I promise you, later today or later this week, your itch is gonna be scratched. I'm not a part of it, but there's a project out there, and it's big. There is a project out there happening. Yes, I am. I'm so excited about doing this. Okay, it looks like our 14 Orc Rogue, he might be coming back. I think he was saving like an Oni buff or something. Either way, we're gonna start this stuff pretty quick. Let me make sure. Let me go buy some ice cold milk. I think that there's a drink vendor over here, right? Shadowkeep reagents, Ironwood staves and wands, staff merchant, wand merchant. Maybe there's not. Train level 14.
Damn it.
Agents what are you looking for? I need to go buy some ice cold milk. Thank you, no thank you, no thank you. Thank you, no thank you, no thank you.
Victory.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Sounds like an STD. Ooh, what does? Oh, you got. Oh, an itch. Oh, man. Yeah, Draenei Shaman. I think the one thing I'm most excited about Draenei. How does this rank on mounts for you guys? The Draenei mount, is it Elk or Elik? How do you pronounce it? I thought Elik. I thought it was like herbs and like the EK was silent, or the EL in between the Elik. I thought it was like an elk. Somebody got mad at me. They told me it was pronounced Elik the other day. Anyways, I think the thing I'm most excited for. How does the Draenei mount rank on like your favorite mounts? I really like the Kodo, but the Kodo's missing something. It just looks like a big pile of doo-doo. It's a big. He's got short, stubby legs. I mean, it's almost there. The character model. It's big. It's stubby. It's rock hard, right? It almost does it for me. But I think the Elik is what puts it over the top. The Elik is everything that the Kodo's not. And I like the Raptor, but I think in TBC the Elik is going to be my favorite mount. What do Blood Elves ride? Do you have TBC Idge? Well, how do I not know this? Blood Elves. Let's look at this together. Yeah, you know what would be funny? Oh, I don't know what I just clicked out of. Oh, it's ostriches. That's right. So they ride ostriches, and then their flying mount is one of these guys, right? Or everybody's flying mounts are the same. They don't have a... Do Blood Elves have a specific flying mount like this? No, you know what I wanted to do? I don't... It was whenever me and Cargos were dual leveling. I wanted to get Cargos on the spot and be like, pull up your browser history. Or not browser history, that's not what I meant. The Google search history. Like, just type in Google or, like, see the 5 most recent Google searches. Blood Elf Mountain Scoffed? Yeah. I think we can all agree the Blood Elf Mount sucks, right? Draenei Simp. Oh my goodness. Says the Alabama fan simp. Brian, I gotta tune in. You said 3 more days till you hit 60 on the next character? You're playing Mage 2, right? Raptor Biz for me. Yeah. Undead Raptor combo, of course, Darkin, yeah. That's good. A Chocobo? Oh, it's a chicken. You're leveling a druid and it's so much fun. Strawkunk, I wish I could watch you. If you're streaming hardcore, seriously, man. Can we get... Oh, Silver Sable. I don't know if she's still here. I was gonna say, can we get some hardcore druid streamers, man? I'm itching to see some druid hardcore gameplay. And they're few and far between. Yeah, it's good to hear. The Swift White. The Swift White what? Yeah, the Blood Elf mount is trash. Okay, now check this out. Oh yeah, baby. Not this. Yikes. Okay, we can't ride one of those. Is that the improved speed Draenei? Why don't we have some good pictures of this? Draenei Elik. No, something like that. I mean, doesn't that just make you happy? Oh, it doesn't even matter, Doc. Let that roll. In the future, if it's constant, yeah. I've never seen the guy. I can't tell if he's a new viewer or just being a troll. Either way, I don't mind trolls until they just until it's just like uncomfortable. But I don't really care. It takes a lot for all the trolls out there. It takes a lot to make me uncomfortable. You prefer? That's true. Apache D came in hot with his first message one day as well. Give the first message guys a chance. If it's like 3 in a row, because I feel like. Does anyone know? I'm not gonna put him on the spot. Anyways, I've got this troll in here, and we literally became friends. I haven't seen him in a while, so we're probably not friends. But he was definitely a troll for a while. And then he told me after like the 3rd or 4th time I responded to him, and I didn't give him like what he wanted. I wasn't pissed off like he was expecting me to be, I guess. He's like, I like you. I like you because you don't ban me. I think I won the troll over. Right. You too good to people? You know what, Tactics? I think what it is, I'm still too naive. I haven't. I don't know if it's what I prefer. I don't know if I'm more of a troll than what I put on. I think secretly inside, I'm more of a doomer, and more, if I wanted to let myself go, you know, I didn't care, I didn't have any morals. I'm not saying that trolls don't have morals, but if I didn't have a conscience, I'm not saying trolls don't have a conscience, but I think I would be a troll if I let it all loose. I kind of like them. About to make you uncomfortable? What are we sitting on, Carolina Reaper? Oh, 25? No, we're good. Hey, is Brad oh, Bryden. Did it update? Thanks again, man, for the updated subs. I'll go back and look, but I'm pretty sure I've been trying to keep count. I want to make sure those gifted subs went through. I think it was scuffed last time, but I think that the counter's correct. Yeah, we still got a while. Don't worry. The chip should be here. What's today? It should be here later this week. So I'm getting one of those Packy chips. It's got like Carolina Reaper sauce on it. Or Carolina Reaper, oh no, this guy's still looking for it. Hey there. This could be a while. What else can we do? Do we have any TVC videos to watch? I wasn't too excited about it like a month ago.
What brings you
And my
here?
TVC videos aren't even fun to watch. I don't even want to show them on stream. I'm doing like these basic dungeon guides, and they suck.
Ah, I've been expecting you.
New Cargo's Hunter Guide, watch that. We could. I want it. We could. It doesn't quite hit the same. The guide videos aren't like, I mean, they're enjoyable to watch because it gets us in the mindset and excited. I want like an entertaining. Definitely Melderon have a new TVC vid. Let me look at their topic.
Hey there.
I like the Hunter Guide video, but it just maybe not for like a leisure. Let me look. You're right. I did see Def Camp Melderon. I didn't watch it recently, but it was TVC class spec overviews. This might be more my speed.
Classic or TVC
I was watching it a little bit.
versus vanilla or vanilla
Okay, how do
classic.
we?
And that is generally true. However, metas will still exist. The biggest core difference between classic and TVC, in my opinion, is that each class in vanilla had some role. Druids
Hang on, let me
had
figure out how to pull this up.
Innervate, they had buffs, they had battle res, but not all druid specs were viable. What you see in TVC, you start to see the emergence of specs that have certain roles. In classic, we can say easily that every class had some role, but now we can say that most specs have a role, and that's an interesting difference between classic vanilla and classic.
I mean,
TVC.
Melderon's voice
But however,
is
I want to
soothing,
make sure
isn't
you
it?
guys realize that metas will absolutely exist in TVC. It's not gonna just be gone. There's things that are definitely clear, and metas will exist in TVC.
So what are we
Now,
looking
we're
at?
not entirely sure what iteration of TVC we're going to get yet, but most likely we're going to be having a 2.4.3
I love-
build, which means that the later iteration of the game where all the classes have changed.
Rogue
is gonna
almost
be what
down.
We're going to see for TBC. That being said, there are classes that are much better in this iteration of the game than they were earlier. Warlocks and casters on the higher DPS end, where melee is a little bit lower, but things are much more balanced than they were in the class.
Defcam serious
generally,
voice.
That's the general rule of thumb, guys. It says generally that ranged DPS classes perform and scale better compared to melee. However, melee does catch up, and it's something that you have to realize is that it's not all about the casters, and there are places.
Why do you want them dead? Platinum WoW
Druids
TBC
are absolutely
videos?
Amazing. Sword
I actually
warriors,
did.
warlocks,
You know what?
are
That's a more
priests.
appropriate video.
There are certain comps, and remember we have arena now. It's not just flat out battlegrounds. So we have arena, and the comp.
Yeah, this is appropriate.
Hellfire Peninsula, a land ravaged by demonic energies and transformed into a barren wasteland by its inhabitants. How did this world turn into the devastating land that is today? Who still calls this place home? And why is it so damn red? Well, let's answer those questions and more in today's episode of Why Do I Want Them Dead?
Here we go.
Hellfire wasn't always a hellhole. In fact, it was a lush forest called Tanaan Jungle. It was here that the orcs first drank the blood of Manoroth, and the citadel was first created for Warchief Blackhand, the Horde's first warchief. While hyped up on demon blood, the orcs rampaged across Draenor and slaughtered Draenei. They killed so many that the Path of Glory was created, a tract of land paved with the bones of Draenei men, women, and children that led from the citadel
Oh, we're about
the
to
dark
start.
portal, and you can still see it today. What is this game rated again? Oh, T for teen? Okay, yeah, sure, I was just checking. Anyway, the orcs entered the dark portal, stormed into Azeroth, did a lot of fighting, and by the Second War they were pushed back into Draenor. The Alliance didn't want to deal with yet another orcish invasion, so they sent a strike team of their best men and women into Draenor. Their leaders, Khadgar and Turalyon, with additional help from Illyria, Círdan Wildhammer, and Daneth Trollbane, and a small squadron of forces into the unknown horrors within Draenor. This crackpot team of badasses were called the Sons of Lothar, named after their king who lost his life battling the Horde. Their mission was to annihilate the remaining orcs within Draenor and established Honorhold and the Expedition Armory. The Sons of Lothar managed to kick a lot of orc ass, but that all changed when the powerful warlock named Ner'zhul managed to open multiple portals to other worlds all around Draenor, which ripped the very fabric of the world apart.
Extra noses pounces on you. Ooh, you're so warm.
No! God! No! God, please, no!
Volcanic eruptions shook the land to its core. Fire consumed the world, and the seas were replaced with the ethereal plane of the twisting nether. The Sons of Lothar.
Hang on, can we all agree The Office is like top three series? What is it, The Office or what is it, like Trailer Park Boys? You guys know what I'm talking about. There's two TV series. What is his name? Ron Swanson. Who's Ron Swanson? The Office or Ron Swanson? Yeah, Parks and Rec. The Office or... So The Office, it's a 1. Parks and Rec is a 2. I'm putting it in my
they
vote.
had to make the ultimate sacrifice.
Parks and Rec.
Destroy
Get
the
that
portal
right.
from the Draenor side to stop this.
You guys don't like
chaotic
Michael Scott?
energy from spilling into Azeroth.
Michael Scott's my man.
So with a heavy heart, Khadgar used the Skull of Gul'dan to destroy the portal. And you can see
Hello.
how dramatic this event was.
Have a good one.
You see the real range of emotion on his face from the Warcraft 2 cinematic.